live. Not a good intro?
So why again do you do that?
What?
The clap, and you get so upset when I fuck it up.
Set up the sound and the video. Because I don't have the nice chords that go directly into the mixer board.
Well,
I need to get.
We need to fix that.
Yes.
And where will we get those?
Everywhere, I guess. You can get them wherever you want.
So we should work on that.
Yeah, because then you can connect that fucker right in there, and I don't have to.
It's just a cord.
Put the sound and the video together. Yeah, but what I'm thinking, I'm doing a lot of editing on the sound. So is the sound to the video gonna be crappy, and I can't have crappy sound. But we have a new studio now, so the sound might up a little bit without editing.
We'll see what happens when you're done.
Yes.
Is this okay? All right, I was just curious because I enjoy fucking with you when you do it because it gets you worked up.
Dude,
now I know
one time when I did the
reason.
claps in the beginning and you were talking through it, I had to sit for like an extra 25 minutes just to put the sound and our lips together because I had to read lips and put the sound in there.
Good to know.
No,
really
dick.
Good to know.
No dick.
It's fun winding you up. It's fucking fun winding you up, dude. You need it sometimes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shake you up a little bit. Help you keep it fresh. You don't want the wound to scab. You want to keep it open so you always feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's important to have those friends. That fucks with you. We
Got
talked
to.
about this many of times.
Yeah.
I like when you start fucking with someone and he can't take it.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh.
I mean, you gotta.
This is gonna be hard.
There's definitely a way to fuck with somebody, but I think everyone I'm super close with, they give it as good as they get it.
Yeah.
And when you come across someone that's like, I think you get closer, don't you?
Yeah.
I think that makes you like,
Yeah,
you bond.
Yeah.
And when people are
Exactly.
like, there's people that are sensitive about it, and I don't know, you always end up kind of keeping them arm's way.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
you say like something you say to you, like you're a fucking asshole or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, take it easy, bro.
Yeah.
Then you know, like, oh, all right.
But see,
One of those
I think,
sensitive ones.
yeah, I mean, to me, when you know that, how many times have you said shit like that, and I fucking lose it? It's hilarious. I mean, you don't turn around and say your mother's a like. There's a difference.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, so he got upset for you because you said that, and I'm like, well, he's right. You know, like the guy's knock on wood. Let's say his wife died in a car wreck, and you're like, well, that's why your wife died. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. You have those guys as well that don't know how to fuck with each other.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
There's always that one that takes it a little bit too far.
That might be a bit too far, but it's locker rooms. I think that's what makes men close, man.
Yeah,
like,
we
you
need
know,
that.
if you can't bench press,
need the fuckery.
if you don't know what bench pressing is and you don't know how to talk shit to get close to guys, it's hard to, you know.
It's weird when someone comes in and you have bench press on the schedule and a guy comes in and says like, I never done bench press. I don't know how to do this. Like, whoa. Wait a minute, Ted Bundy. Take a step back.
What was like your first introduction on like being picked on? Like what we were just talking about. Like ribbing. We call it ribbing back home.
Yeah.
So.
In school, I guess.
Yeah.
When I was really young. I was a bit of a bully when I was younger. But that was
really?
like a defense mechanism for me. Because when my dad passed, when I was very young, I was like 7, I became very, very aggressive.
Violent.
Yeah. So I had to go to a shrink and like kids shrink. I don't know what it's called.
You're right, yeah.
And I got very aggressive and I was a bit of a bully. I was an asshole.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't a bully. I was that kid that would say something if someone was picking on somebody.
Yeah.
I never really liked it. But I think my first, I mean, of course in school, but really getting it was one of my first jobs was on a construction site for a summer, like working with those dudes.
Yeah.
And fuck, man, with like everything. It was like everything you did, they somehow turned it into like a sexual innuendo or something. Like everything was, get that screw in there. Or like, you know, whatever. It's like, it didn't matter what it was. But the thing is, but they were such good dudes at the end of the day. Because, you know, when you're, they basically call them laborers, and what you do is you're just basically their bitch. Like you go grab bags of sand, like cement mix, or you get a wheelbarrow, you go move bricks. Like you do all the bullshit work while they're doing what they're trained to do.
Yeah.
You just take the weight off of them load wise, and fuck, those guys would give it to you, man. And you would just think that you were just the worthless piece of shit. And then towards the end, you realize that they would fucking take a lead pipe to someone's head if they picked on you.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how boys. So when you're growing up, when you're like 17, 17, it's hard to register that with older men.
Yeah.
Because when a kid, I think, is a dick to another kid, that's just the way it is. But you're like, these guys are adults.
It's a bully,
and
yeah.
they're fucking with you. But that's them kind of, I think it's almost like a rite of passage.
I wish I had. Do you
know what I'm saying?
At my job, we don't have that at all. At all.
Yeah, but now everything's political. But this is a very, I mean, we're getting into PC again, but everyone is so fucking sensitive.
Yeah.
Like
you get fired. If you tell that to a girl, if she's on a construction site, you're fired.
Tell her what?
Get that screw in.
Well, of course. I mean, be tactful.
You're fired.
I mean, there's a difference there. I'm talking about like guys on guys, like just talking shit and like ribbing each other. And I think that's what makes you. But this day and age, I don't.
But it's always fun with construction site guys.
Yeah.
Real men just fucking sweating all day.
Yeah, I mean that's a wild bunch.
Yeah.
Working on a construction site.
Yeah. I never had.
You never did that?
No, never.
I think it was a great experience.
Forever.
I did it for 2 summers because obviously I was still in school. It was like one of my first jobs. It was a good experience. Because you get to be around hard workers and you get to like see another side, and all these guys have stories. All these guys have been through stuff. Some of them are ex-military or what, you know what I mean? It's just like it was a whole different breed.
What were you building? Like houses?
No, they were building. Basically, there was a train station, and they got basically the project outlet to put a huge parking lot in to park cars, and then a outside parking lot, and then a parking lot. Like levels.
Yeah.
So it was basically so people could park there and get on the train. So it was a huge project. It went on for probably 6 years, 7 years, maybe longer. It was that big. But it was just fun, dude. But the beginning of the summer, you're like carrying bags of sand. It's like cement, and you're like, fuck, it's just killing you. Then by the end of the summer, you've got 2. You know what I'm saying? It was such a good, like wheelbarrows and pushing cement. Yeah, dude.
That's a real world power.
Yeah, you got to be there fucking early in the morning, and then it was like halfway through. If it rains, you get
shitty coffee.
Yeah, you get it rains, you get paid for the day, and it's like if you were there, it was a cool gig, man. And I met some. I mean, it was one of those things where you learn that appearances don't mean anything. Because you met some people that you're like, I would not want to bump into this guy in a dark fucking alley. Especially when you're 16, 17.
Yeah.
You're just wide-eyed. Do you know what I mean? You're just trying to like hang out with your friends and chase girls if you can do it. Do you know what I mean? So it was just kind of like, you learn that it's, because some of the best people I met were on construction sites, man. You know, and then you do meet some creepy people. Don't get me wrong. Some weirdos who just can't do anything else.
The ones that put whiskey in their coffee. In the morning.
Yeah. So
just came out of a bender.
Yeah,
a Coke bender. Slept like an hour.
Dirt fucking early.
6.
Yeah, earlier than that sometimes, man. Because they wanted to get before the sun came up because the sun's just pounding on them in the summer. It's hot.
Oh yeah.
And then they stop earlier because they started. They stop earlier because they start early, and it was good pay, dude. For my age, I was fucking making...
Yeah, you're making bang.
Like 18, 20 bucks an hour. Are you kidding me? That's a lot of cash. I'm like, I'm moving to Europe. You know, it's like, that's a lot of cash back then, dude.
That's
when you don't have rent.
Stuck.
Yeah, you don't have rent. But it was a great gig.
Meet a lot of unhappy people also.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
A lot of people that have a mortgage, kids they don't really talk to, a wife they hate.
Well, it was a good thing, though, because you learn... what would happen is, though... It was a great way to learn how to work because what would happen is every day something changed. So that was the good thing. It always kept you interested. It's not like you're just sitting there putting a drill in the wall or whatever. But then it was one of those things where...
And problem solving as well, right?
I mean, I don't know how much problem solving you do is picking something up and carrying it somewhere. Yeah. But when they saw that you weren't a bitch about it and you were like reliable and like you could do what they needed you to do and you weren't sensitive, you know what I mean? Like you were like, okay, I'm not afraid to get dirty. there was times when they wouldn't need you on the job because every day it's a bit different, but they would keep you because they knew you were a hard worker.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be like, oh, you know what, Billy, go home at 12. Then they're like, oh, Mario, you stay till 5. Like, you know what I mean? So they definitely took care of the people that put the work in.
Nice.
Because they just want to be surrounded by people that could do the work.
Was this in DC?
This is in Maryland, yeah. But some of the stories you hear, dude. Some of the stories you hear. Yeah. You're just like, what? You know?
That's locker room talk.
Dude.
One hundo.
You're on the ropes 8 hours a day. And what I mean by on the ropes, like, they're not letting up on you, man, especially when you're new. And then next summer, if you were lucky, you come back, but then maybe there's like me and a couple of the guys that got to go back, and then it'd be a whole new other crew because the other ones are like, nah, they're not. They're just here for a paycheck or, you know, they're just wasting their time getting the money. So
it's a little bit like that when I go away and work with the VTM guys because it's just guys. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, that's also this fucking locker room talk, just start fucking jabbering. And it's like you said, it's fucking, that's how we bond.
Oh,
fuck
dude.
with each other.
Like I said, those guys, there's not, at the time you don't think it. You're like, man, if I slip up, I'm not gonna slip my fucking throat. But what you're realizing is they're testing you, seeing what you're made of, and if you can keep up, they will fucking do anything for you, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're in the pack. Once you're in the mob, you're in the mob, sort of a thing.
It's never like that on my job where I am now. Yeah. Everyone is just complaining about the situation all the time. Yeah. And they're serious.
Yeah. Everyone's sensitive now. You can't talk the way you talk. Even with other grown men, you can see now in this day and age, you'll talk to someone and you just like, oh, he's fucking sensitive, bro. Like, it's like, you're a man. Do you pee sitting down or?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes when you're drunk, but you know what I mean? It's, you can't miss the toilet. But so, yeah.
You know, when you're peeing sitting down, you actually get everything out. And when you're standing, you leave a little bit in there, so you have to go pee again.
Yeah, keep you busy.
Keep you moving, huh?
Yeah, why not, dude?
Get those steps in on the clock.
That's pretty funny.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
I watched the Mötley Crüe movie last night.
You finally watched it?
Them boys lived. And heroin is a hell of a drug. God damn.
Did you see what I mean, though? It was definitely a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, like...
He had this, because when you read the book, it's kind of dark, and this was a kind of lighting to everything.
Yeah,
it was a little bit of It made it more like sunny than it really was. I wanted like a darker version. Yeah,
it was definitely. But the guy that played Tommy Lee just couldn't have nailed him better. Like, just couldn't have nailed him better.
Perfect.
From what I've seen, like he was dead on, you know. But there was a lot of stuff I didn't know that I thought I knew.
Was good in that one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like they all look like the person, but it was really weird because I remember thinking, like Vince Neil, I thought came when you're outside looking in. Before all that, I was like, he seemed like the asshole when they broke up, and it was like it was Nikki Sixx that was fucking the. I mean, it was his baby, plain and simple, but still, I never thought that.
I think he wrote most of the music and the lyrics and everything.
Yeah, smart man.
Fucking brain.
That's what I said. Yeah, it was his baby. But I always thought it was the other way around. I thought Vince Neil was the difficult one. So
Vince Neil just wanted to fuck.
Yeah,
that was the only reason he was in a band, just to fuck.
I can't blame him for that.
No.
So
sad though.
But it was a great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It came on. I went home after you talked about it, and I was about to go to bed, and I just like, fuck. I was like, I got to sit here and watch it. And I didn't get to bed till late, but it was definitely worth it.
It's a good fucking movie.
I laughed a lot.
And when you read the book, it's like exactly how you picture it when they live in this fucking apartment with roaches everywhere and shit.
Yeah.
And it's dirty and a bunch of people in there. That's exactly how you picture it when you read the book.
But I think my favorite part out of the whole movie, spoiler alert, I don't care, is when they go and let the guy that plays Tommy Lee, he narrates a little bit. He's like, oh, thank God, Nikki Sixx stopped talking. And then he went on about how his day goes.
Yeah.
That shit cracked me up. Wake up at 5 p.m. He's handcuffed to the bed. Yeah. That shit was
don't remember shit from last night.
Wake up at 5 p.m., do whatever. Finally, he's somewhat aware at like 7:30, and then he gets pushed up on stage at 8. He's just like drumming, and then he goes, "We go out. I black out. I wake back up at 4, and then it's like
the crazy thing that they flew into a new town.
Yeah,
landed
strip club
and directly to the strip club, and they landed at like 4 a.m. and Just go to the strip club.
Yeah, that shit was
Fuck everyone.
That was so funny though, man. Imagine that lifestyle. Wake up at fucking 5 p.m. and then just rock all night and then go back
Handcuffed to the bed.
Because
Like,
he was losing his shit, so his manager knocks him out.
Yeah, and handcuffed him
so we
night.
don't lose him. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. It was definitely funny.
Fuck,
Dude.
they lived hard and true. Those
Definitely
guys.
funny.
They were the real fucking deal. Because they were not doing it because that's what you were supposed to do. They were doing it because that's who they were.
They just wanted to rock. Yeah.
Yeah. They've been living the same way since they fucking were nobodies. And then they just kept on.
Because didn't he get his mom incarcerated? Like if I remember correctly in the beginning, Nikki Sixx, didn't he lie and cut himself and had his mom arrested?
Yes.
That's how he got out of that situation.
And lived with his cousins and shit. That wasn't in the movie, but he went and lived with his cousins and shit.
Because I think any kid that does that is clearly had enough. That they inflict pain on themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I could never imagine. I mean, my parents were difficult at times, but I couldn't imagine fucking cutting myself and calling the cops and having them handcuffed.
Take my mom away, please.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck you, bitch," and she was crying her eyes out. He's like, "Bye,"
Nope.
and changed his name.
Asshole.
Francis was his real name, wasn't it?
She didn't seem that bad in the movie, but when you read the book, it's like, whoa,
Really?
that's not a good mom. That is not.
She must have clearly made some
She
bad
fucked
decisions.
with his head.
Yeah.
Bunch, like a lot more. When she said that line in the movie, when she's like, "How come your dad never called you and shit?" She's doing that all the time. She's blaming him for his father leaving.
It's usually not like that.
Yeah.
When a man usually leaves, it's because of the fucking woman. It's not
Yeah.
the kids, man. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
What I've seen. Because I've got some buddies that have some horrible baby mamas. You know what I'm saying?
You usually don't leave for the kids. The kids you want to stay for. That's why you stay longer.
Yeah.
usually.
That was awful, though.
But Nikki Sixx fucking died. That's the craziest part of this whole fucking story.
Yeah.
He died.
He was officially dead.
He was officially fucking dead.
And then he went back and did another 8-ball, didn't he? Was it?
No, he shot up.
Yeah. Because I
back,
remember
shut
hearing
up.
that story that after he got home, he did the voicemail and the message
Yeah,
on his.
I'm dead.
I remember hearing that years ago.
Yeah.
And then when they put it in the movie, it was just like, whoa. But you know what was funny was it shows you how he pushed shit down for so long. Because when he was a little kid,
Yeah.
he was a boss. He was like, I'm not putting up with this shit. Like he was the first one in a fist fight. The guy just was not a bitch in any way, shape, or form. He stays focused. He makes great music. And then it's like he gets to the top and it all just bubbles up and then he does heroin. It was weird. It was like once he hit where he hit, then he started dealing with the shit that he buried 20 fucking years ago.
Exactly.
But you would think it'd be the other way around. It's like, dude, you're already out. How can it, but it just shows you it comes back. It's
Heroin
going to come
is
up.
one hell of a drug.
I wouldn't know, but you're sounding like you know.
No, I never tried.
Okay, because you're getting
Never
you're
tried.
getting like a twinkle in your eye.
No, but imagine how many
me see your
fucking
arms.
great artists that heroin took from us.
Yeah, but who has? I mean, dude, we've said this.
No
before.
one made better music once heroin got into life.
That's what I'm saying. It's like once they get clean, the music is shit. We've said this before.
Yeah, but not from heroin.
Well, whatever. Just stay on the fucking drugs because the music is better that way.
Yeah, but that's like more of the psychedelic drugs. When they do like MDMA and weed and shit, that's when they make the great music. But once they get into heroin and shit, that's when the drop starts. You're just going through the motions. But I just can't wrap my head around how they function. With
Bro, that's-
doing that amount of drinking and drugs.
Some people are just that speed, dude.
And then they're fucking on stage next night.
That's some people
And
are
just fucking walking around.
You'd be surprised what you could do.
If I
man.
had one of those
you get
nights-
put in the right situation, you'd be fucking surprised what you can do.
If I had one of those nights, I'd probably be out for like 3 days.
You can't say that, dude. Because you got, like they said, Dr. Feelgood. That's a real guy in LA. He comes in, gives you an upper. You good to go. Gives you something to get up and get on stage.
Yeah.
You come off wired from. Imagine all those people. Tom.
That's
And then you got
fucking
girls
live.
putting their tops up, and you're just like, "There's any bitch in here, I can hit it."
Exactly.
That's gotta fuck with your head. There's not one woman in this building that doesn't want to fuck me.
Exactly. She can have a boyfriend. She can be married.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
still
you
gonna
understand what I'm
fuck
trying
her.
to say? Like, imagine that. You try and tell me that wouldn't spike your fucking
Testosterone?
dude.
Dude.
You can't say that until you're in that situation. I guarantee those guys, it's just, yeah.
That's probably the
Uppers, downers, this and that. You just made $1 million. You're doing exactly what you want to do. I'm going to ride this till the fucking wheels fall off. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah. It was a good show.
Great fucking movie.
So.
Great fucking movie. You see about Apple Plus? They released...
No.
They're releasing their platform now. It's going to be called Apple Plus. And
you mean like a streaming
service?
So what are they going to do with iTunes?
You're still going to have iTunes, I guess. That's where you buy stuff. This is going to be like Netflix.
Yeah, but why would I buy off of them if it's going to be on Netflix? If they're going to have like a Netflix?
Because you're going to have a good amount of good shows and movies and shit. Dude, the actors that are attached to Apple Plus is crazy. If you go through it and see what they're going to put on, it's coming in the fall. But when you walk through it and see what's going to come on in the fall on Apple Plus, you're like, oh, I'm getting this for sure.
Dude, there's no way. There's no fucking way I'm going to have 5 apps. I'm like, no.
I'm going to have it for sure.
Fuck that, dude. It's going to be like $100 a month in just fucking streaming services. You're mad, dude. I'm going to keep Netflix, and I'm going to get rid of when Disney comes out. I'm going to keep Netflix, and I'm tossing the rest completely. I'm tossing the fucking rest. Dude.
Toss HBO,
bro. I'm not doing it. That's ridiculous. That's for people that have no fucking life. I'm sorry.
Game of Thrones is out soon, so it's the last season now. So you don't have to have HBO.
I don't. That's ridiculous, dude. So,
yes. but the fucking. I was so when I went through who's attached to Apple Plus, like the actors, I was blown away.
So are they going to make movies too? Is that it?
Yeah, they're going to make original movies. They're going to make original series.
Fuck, everyone's on Netflix's cock, dude.
Yeah. Netflix started a revolution, and now everyone is tapping into that game.
So they're basically going to choke Netflix out.
Probably.
Eventually. Yeah. I'm not doing it.
You're not?
No.
It's going to be hard. It's not going to be hard. Too many.
Because you're only getting these services, like if you really pay attention to it, because even the Amazon Prime, I'm going to get rid of it soon because I don't really use it much. I'm like, whatever. It's just, it doesn't suck, but it's just like, it's more for, basically it's for the kids. So the kids want to watch a certain thing, whatever. So I get it and then I catch it. Yeah. And then I catch it and watch it. And it's like, but honestly, there's a couple of good shows on it. It doesn't suck at all, but I'm just like, I don't need it because it's, except for a couple of things. If you look at the big picture, they've got all the same shit except for a handful of shows that one doesn't have. And it's like, who fucking cares?
Netflix is still the big boss.
Who fucking cares, man?
They're still the like big player.
Yeah.
But I think like Apple Plus and the Disney and everyone is they're gonna fucking nib at their toes.
I'm not it. Yeah. Forget it. You get Spotify you're paying for.
Yeah.
Fucking Netflix. Dude, it's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it.
Do you ever watch regular TV?
Do they even still have regular TV? I watch apps. Like I have the CNN apps, on iTunes.
Yeah.
The iBox, my Apple TV. So it's everything I have is apps. So I don't even know they fucking have regular TV anymore.
It's weird. When I go home to my parents, we're watching regular TV.
It's funny you said that too because I was...
and the commercials.
Yeah.
It's killing you.
Yeah. But that's the thing too. It was because now I listen to a lot of podcasts on YouTube, or of everything. If it's interesting, I watch it. Not just interviews and stuff, but documentaries or podcasts about fitness or whatever. I listen to that type of stuff, and they're usually a couple of hours long. So you really get into what's going on, even if they get someone important or in the limelight or celebrity, but. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't too long ago. I was watching. It was Jimmy Kimmel, and I think it was because of Captain Marvel was coming out, so they were interviewing that girl, right? And it was so fast. Like, yeah, well, I'm doing a movie, and it's over, and I'm like, it just seems so robot. Hi, how are you? And yes, we're doing this, and blah blah blah. All the week, and we try, and then it's over, and it's like, whoa, dude, it's so just bullshit. It's like I can't believe that shit's still in the air.
No,
it just seems
it's a dying breed.
It just seems so fake.
Yeah,
it doesn't. There's no depth there. It's just like 4 or 5 quick questions, and usually the Jimmy Kimmel or Fallon is doing most of the talking.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're not getting anything out of this person. I would love to see that same person on a fucking podcast.
Exactly.
On YouTube or something.
For
Like
3
a third.
hours.
No, not even that. Like, give them 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know how much shit you could talk about in 30 minutes? It's just, but it's just ridiculous. Okay, our next guest. And it's like, or if they start talking, well, we're out of time. We got to cut you off. It's like,
Exactly.
you don't get to know
Fucking fast
nothing
pace.
about anything.
No.
You know?
No,
So-
that's what's so weird with like old school television.
Yeah, but that's all they had back then, so that was cutting edge. Because don't get it twisted, dude. In 30 years, they're gonna be like, they had Netflix. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna laugh at it because it's not gonna be the cutting edge thing.
No.
So that shit was like it back then.
Yeah, but now when you go back and watch those, it's like you said, it's like you get nothing out of it. Nothing.
No.
And the weirdest thing is the political channels when they do like when they have like fucking 18 people debating. They have their own little screen and they're fucking screaming at each other. And then they go to commercial.
It's not getting
and they
any-
come back like 2
it's
minutes
not getting
screaming.
anywhere.
Not getting anywhere. You're not getting your point across in 2 minutes.
No, I think it's so much better to have, like, if we had a couple of guests on, which we're working on now, that's different. You talk for an hour, like everyone gets a shot. And
Yeah.
if people start talking over each other and it becomes a shit show, I'm pulling the fucking plug.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? What's the network going to do? Not let us, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like, it's
exactly.
more control. You can say what you want and do what the fuck you want too, you know?
It's probably YouTube that is the biggest player right now because I go on YouTube. Like this is the first app I go to, and then I check what's up on like the recommended. Sometimes it's a podcast I missed, or sometimes it's like because it's this algorithm plays it to what I'm interested in,
Yeah, I know.
and all the fucking the fitness and everything. Like you said, I'd rather go to YouTube and watch that, and then after, if I don't find anything on YouTube, then I go to Netflix. YouTube is always my first choice. So I think YouTube is a major player in this game as well.
Well, dude, I mean, I use it for if I'm cooking something, and I'm like, shit, how do I YouTube it?
Yeah.
And then I check out the one, I'm like, okay, and then
You can learn to fucking build a house on YouTube.
yeah, bro, there's always this, if whatever you need. I think that's probably, YouTube is probably one of the greatest things in that sense.
The depth.
In that sense.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's probably hurting certain companies because back then you'd have to call a guy, hey, I need
Or buy a cooking book.
I need my
fucking buys a cooking book
my
nowadays.
light switch replaced and call electricians. Like, no, do on fucking YouTube, maybe.
Exactly.
Look who hasn't blown himself up, and
And
go. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, yeah, because even YouTube starting it,
They did, but they took it off.
because was it like Karate Kid or something?
Yeah, YouTube Red, right?
What's that?
I think it was called YouTube Red.
No, I saw. I shit you not, bro. I saw on YouTube that they made a series and it was the Karate Kid. It's called Cobra Kai. You didn't know that?
No.
You know Karate Kid, the movie,
Yes,
Daniel's
yes,
son,
yes.
wax on, wax off,
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
I shit you not. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And it's like
Making
30
it
years later.
serious?
Remember the dude, and he was like, sweep the leg.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
homeboy was in this position.
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy and the Karate Kid, I forget his name. I just know him as Daniel's son.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, they're in it.
No.
It's just, dude, I shit you not.
And they're having a rematch.
I don't know because I was
course they are
going
having a
through. I'm like,
rematch.
wait, what? Because Cobra Kai, that's cool. I mean, you know, I'd wear a Cobra Kai shirt if I could buy one. But I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I watched like the first 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and it was fucking. I was like, turn this Nickelodeon shit off, dude. It was a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me?
They have movies and shit on YouTube that you can pay for, right?
I don't.
I think you
don't
can
know.
watch every movie on YouTube
I don't
and
know.
pay for it.
Well,
It's like an iTunes in YouTube.
It gets confusing, dude.
It does.
It becomes a shit show.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm getting more and more and more turned off.
Me too.
I want one platform for myself.
Yeah.
One platform to rule them all.
I'm feeling that more and more as well.
Seriously,
I'm getting
dude.
more and more disconnected from the social media.
Seriously.
I don't like it anymore.
Do the math too of all the apps that you're paying for. Do the math. You're just like, fuck, I need to cut some of this shit out. Do I really need it?
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I don't. Yeah. Oh, it's weird. and people just buy it. They're just so drawn to it.
They're like, oh, I need that. Like, no, you don't. You don't need.
No, I thought I said I needed the new Apple. Do I really though?
Yeah.
But it's gonna have
some
fire movies on there.
Dude, you don't need it.
I saw Momoa was doing some sort of movie or show in there.
Who cares, man? You don't need it.
Joel Kinnaman did some
show. Netflix has worked for so long for you, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to move up, then get rid of Netflix. What are you going to miss? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that next fix. You just don't need it. I'm not being cheap. I'm being smart.
I'm being FOMO.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out. It's the FOMO. Hashtag FOMO.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like even Spotify, I'm getting to the point. I'm like,
Dude, really?
What's it really doing for me? You know, got the iTunes.
Well, we need it in the gym.
Well, that's sure, but for sure.
Yeah.
But you just think about the whole picture.
Yeah.
And I like my Spotify. Don't get me wrong, because it's like
I never use Spotify. I use it in here. That's
everything is. Well, I'm a big music whore, so I love music. I love music, so I'm a super. But even then, you're like, I'm getting fucking ripped off, dude. It's like $13 a month.
Yeah, and they keep on fucking adding $1 every month without you noticing it. All of a sudden, it's like $200.
I need to check that bill, dude, because I think it did jump up recently.
Oh yeah, they did. And Netflix jumped up a little bit.
I knew Netflix jumped up because they were very cool about it. They sent you a, hey, look, next month we're doing this.
Good for you.
So
get yours, Netflix.
Yeah.
They're deep in debt, though.
I told you that a while ago, and you laughed in my face. I'm like, bro.
I didn't think that.
I think their output is kicking. They're kicking out so much because basically what's happening is it's going to get to the point where movie theaters are going to disappear. Unless it's like some super Avengers or some, whatever. Because even superhero movies are getting beaten to the fucking ground, dude. Yeah. Like it's like there's other movies out there, people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, but Netflix is basically, they have to keep kicking out so much shit because people are burning through stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where it's going. Like these movies are going to these platforms now before. So it just makes you wonder, how are they making? Because a movie would go to the theater and they'd rack in 900 mil, whatever. Whatever. But it's like so Netflix is spending more than they're making.
They're spending so much on a movie.
And they said that years ago. Yeah.
And then you fucking go in, click it. You have entertainment for an hour and a half, and then you forget about it.
Yeah.
It's not like you fucking go back and rewatch it usually. And then you fucking are there. Can they release something new now? And then you watch that movie, forget.
But that's the thing. You have too many options, dude. When you have too many options, you're like, there's nothing on. It's like, no, you just can't fucking choose.
That's why
the attention span is a joke now.
That's probably why we don't have those super stars anymore, like Mötley Crüe, or like Marlon Brando, Marlon Brando. Like they were. You had like one movie a month in the theater back then. Like it was so rare that movies came out that the ones that were in those movies.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But they were untouchable. They were like, oh, yeah. But no, it's just weird, dude. And I always find it funny that when I read that Netflix went to Blockbuster and told them their joke, and they were like, they laughed them out the room. Blockbuster laughed. They tried to get into bed with them.
Yeah.
And Blockbuster laughed at Netflix. But people don't realize, dude, back in the day, going to Blockbuster on a Friday night, that was the fucking you didn't know what?
Yeah, we had the same.
What, dude?
We had
that's all it was about.
Ours was called Video One, and we went there on the fucking weekends and rented videos. The best.
You go there and there's like the whole new releases are gone. You're like, fuck, they're already been rented. You gotta wait 2 days. Dude, nothing was as lit as that when you were little.
Buying candy and shit.
Now you just go home, hit the couch. You're like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you miss that a little bit.
Well, it's interaction.
Yeah.
You're being social. Because I was watching Family Guy, and they were just, we watched the last season, my son and I think 4 days ago. He wanted to watch it, and they were ripping millennials so bad, dude. And one of the funny things they said was, he looked at someone in the face, And the millennial was like, don't talk to me, text me. Don't look me in the eye. Talk to me through the phone. They were just slamming them, dude, because the social connection is gone.
It's the Buddha box.
Yeah, you go to the store, you're like, thank you for the video. Like, that shit's all gone, dude.
Yeah. I miss that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Getting in the car, going down there. Maybe if you're lucky, the girl you like is in the video store looking for videos too. And
I went with the bike.
Did you?
My boys.
That's funny. Like a little gang.
Yeah.
Park your bikes like Harley Davidson's outside the block.
Like a little biker gang.
Little kickstand, click, and then line it up. All right, guys, let's go.
Let's get a movie.
Little Sons of Anarchy. Got a couple of prospects with you.
And we always had a porno section, but it was a little like curtain to it.
So you felt dirty to go in there? Really?
Sometimes just watching the photos.
What was the age for doing that? Like, could you get in there?
I think you could go in there, but no one wanted to because you fucking have to open a blanket and
it's different in Europe.
And the guys that were in there,
yeah,
weird dude.
Wearing like a top hat and a trench coat, and it's like June.
Yeah.
And they're like in there with the collar up.
Exactly. Because everyone knew like you were renting a porno. You couldn't get away with porno back then. Now it's just a fucking click away on the phone.
Even in Europe? I thought you guys, anything goes in Europe.
No,
you guys were like, fuck it, man, take my girl.
You were not walking in fucking proud and walking right into the porno section choosing like XXL anal,
it's like
32.
I can see Tom, a little kid, don't even open the curtain, just put his hand in and like.
No, I never rented it. I couldn't rent.
Midgets and donkeys, okay.
You needed actually.
Wait, can I say
18.
midgets? What's that?
You actually needed to
little
be 18 to rent it.
Oh.
So we just walked in there and
just looked at some boobies.
Yeah.
And you thought you were dirty.
Exactly.
And you're like the cops.
Sometimes you saw a guy in there and made eye contact with that fucker. Back then, like people that were watching porn back then, you saw like fucking criminals or something. Now it's just a fucking 12-year-old Googling porn on his
Yeah, but now it's
iPhone.
like, you don't look at porn? What? You okay?
Yeah. Back then it was like, ooh, you rented a porn? Are you a child molester?
Why is everyone going? Why is all the kids at Billy's house on Friday night? Put the VHS tape in.
Yeah.
Fast forward. Boobies.
Boobies. Oh, you had to look for that shit back then.
Oh, man, that's so funny. That is funny, dude. I don't know, but I'm not. No more streaming, dude. I'm losing so much fucking interest. It's something's going on with me. I'm losing it. I'm just losing interest.
And we're talking about going on a trip now, me and Alvina. And I actually, if we're going, I'm not going to bring a phone. I'm just going
to bring your phone. I mean, what if you get jumped behind a building? You need. All right, because I did the same thing, remember? But I just deleted all my apps.
I'm not.
I took Netflix off. I took my Instagram off. I took. I deleted all the fucking apps, and I went away for 2 or 3 weeks on vacation this summer.
I might buy myself a flip phone or something.
A burner?
Yeah, a burner.
For your side bitch?
Yeah.
Why?
No, just to take it down to wherever we're going.
Why would you do that? Just keep.
You
just want to try and be like that guy.
I'm gonna zone out.
You like?
I'm gonna bring a couple of.
I don't wear a watch anymore.
I don't know. I fucking. I just want. I want 2 solid weeks without a phone. Just not have.
Then don't buy a flip phone. That's stupid.
Yeah. No, I'm just not gonna bring my phone to the vacation.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bring books.
All right.
Because it seems.
And then you're gonna be sitting there, and you're gonna be like you're gonna be sitting there, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck, man, I wonder what Mario's doing. I really want to know what he's doing, but I can't reach him, and that's gonna eat you."
No.
Yeah, well,
right.
Come on, man.
You'll be all right.
You're gonna miss me. I'll be fine. I'll have my phone. I'll be like, so.
No, but it seems to also like a lot of people go on vacation just to.
They're not on vacation.
Get the fucking photos.
Yeah, they're not on vacation, dude.
No.
That's why I completely remember I got off the phone when I was away, and it was a great feeling.
Yeah.
It takes you a day. It takes you a day or two to
Usually it takes you 3 days. I actually got inspired by a podcast. He went to Iceland for like 10 days or something without a phone, and he said like, "What's the best ever?" He barely wanted to fucking open his phone when he got back.
Because that's the thing, dude. If I got my babies with me too, what do I need a fucking phone for? Like if they're with me, I don't need the phone for fuck all, man.
But you need that fucking post.
Yeah.
You need to post a photo of the beach, bro.
Dude,
were you even there, bro?
All the shit. Dude. All
were
the
you
shit.
Even there?
All
if
the
you didn't post a photo
all
of the
shit
beach?
we were doing. I didn't even take my camera. because I didn't want to, my big camera, this one, I didn't even take that with me when we went because I was visiting family, so they were taking photos and shit, but I wanted to be in the moment even then. I didn't want to be everything, oh, where's my camera?
Yeah.
Because then I'm looking at things through a lens. It's like I remembered it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like
I was planning on maybe bringing a GoPro and filming a little bit, but even that, it's like, I don't want to.
You're looking through a third. Yeah.
I just, if we're going, I'm completely off.
I had a book.
Disappear.
Yeah. I had a couple of books with me, and it was because my son couldn't go that time, so it was just me and my daughter, and we had the best time. And that was dope ass conversation, dude. It was fun. There was no phone ringing, whatever. There was no you know what I mean? There was just no distraction except for being around the family. And then you really do pay attention to it too, because you see everyone else
on their phones. Yeah.
Or at the beach, they're trying to videotape it and they're trying to do this. And I think that's a disconnect to a certain point.
It's always funny when you see like 3 couples taking photos of their girls. Like they make their husband take their photo.
I think the thing that was hardest, to be honest, the first couple of days, because you're just conditioned. But then I got to the point that I put the phone away and I was like, where did I even put it? And I was like, whatever. The only thing that sucked a couple of times where I felt not having a phone is when I was out and then I'd say, oh shit, I took a wrong turn somewhere. I didn't know where I was. Then I had to go back to old school figuring shit out. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like I couldn't just get on Google Maps and get the fuck out. I had to do a little bit of actual thinking. That's the couple times that I felt it. Or if I was going somewhere, I hadn't been before and I had to get the address, I'm like, oh.
And you needed to find the nearest pizzeria or something.
Yeah. Or if it was on the way, then we stopped.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I mean, obviously I was in an area that I knew the area where certain things were, but that's where you miss it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but it was great, dude. It's healthy. It feels good. And the world kept going. Nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Like the sun rose.
Miss anything.
Yeah, you're not. Especially if you got
off my phone for 2 weeks.
Especially if you're with the right. You got people that you're not worried about.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not like you've got a 3-year-old kid.
No.
It's like, well, you probably need your phone.
Yeah.
But so.
No, I can do it. It's the perfect time for me to do it. Just to get off. Just to live a little bit. See a little. Just fucking relax and go out of all the fast pace and chill and read a book. Do some fucking reading.
A book. Finish it.
Couple books.
A book. You're not going to read 2 books when you're away.
I'm going to bring 3 books.
Why? You're not going to read 3 books on vacation?
Weeks. I'm going to read 1 on the fucking plane there. It's like 16 hours, bro.
No way.
The plane is like 12 hours. That's the first
You're going to
book.
sit down and you're going to feel like, headphones? Thanks. And a little wine? Thanks. And you're going to sit there and go through all the movies on that little screen and you're just going to fucking zone out. Watch. You're not going to sit there and read.
I'm going to read, bro.
Because people can look at you like you're fucking weird. Why is this guy reading?
He's going somewhere.
Have you seen how weird people look at you? Because I love paper books. And on the plane, if I like to read a paper book. Because, Kindle, of course. You see the looks you get.
I don't care.
No, of course, who gives a fuck? But I'm saying it's funny,
Yeah.
It's almost like I saw this meme once. This was a couple years ago, and it was a cartoon meme, and there was a book in the middle, like in the middle of the street, and there was a bunch of kids, and they had a stick, and they were poking it, and then the bubbles above was like, "What is it?" Because I don't know, and they're like, and they're all like poking the book, and none of them knew what the fuck it was. Dude, it was like a bomb or something.
They don't even have books in school anymore. They have iPads.
Yeah.
They don't even. The books are gonna disappear.
I bought the Harry Potter book, like the original one.
Yeah.
And I sat down with my kids and read through that. Nice. And they loved it. They thought it was brilliant. And it was like turning pages and there's not many pictures, so you have to like imagine, they ask questions and I think you lose something on an iPad. I think you lose something, man.
I don't even want a Kindle.
Yeah.
I like holding the bitch.
Yeah. You definitely lose something. I mean, it makes sense when you're traveling with a shitload of. You want to try? I mean, I've got probably 300 books in my Kindle. Close to that. No, not more. There's no way more. But I couldn't imagine having all of them with me if I wanted to look at something.
No,
do you know what I'm saying?
I have like 3 books I know I need to read, and that's the perfect time to bring them.
All right.
If there's some.
Then what's your girlfriend gonna do? She's gonna be like, "Bitch, why don't you read me?
Yeah.
Not the book."
Yeah.
Think about that.
We're gonna be on the beach all day.
Okay.
Perfect little in the fucking shadow.
And is she going to turn her phone off?
No way.
No. So you're going to be as annoying as fuck to her, because what's going to happen is you're going to be annoyed with her. So now then you're going to annoy her because you're going to be like, come on, babe, really? Get off your phone, really? She's going to be like, watch.
Maybe.
I know. I guarantee it.
Maybe.
I guarantee.
I need it, though. I need a cleanse.
Then go by yourself.
No.
No one tell you what the fuck. There's nothing wrong with traveling by yourself.
I've never done that. I flew by myself to LA, but I wasn't there by myself.
You're scared.
It's boring as shit.
Why is it, dude? The best times I've ever had is traveling completely alone and going somewhere where I know nobody. Because when you go with somebody, you have a tendency to stay in your little circle. When you're by yourself, you're like, sure, whatever. Like, you're up for anything. You have a tendency to be more open to meet people. You have a tendency to go try something. Hey, you might wake up in a tub of ice with your kidney gone. But fuck it, dude.
That's the gamble you have to take.
It might have been a fucking blast before then.
Yeah.
Dude, best time I ever had. Best time I ever had, man.
Yeah. Where did you go by yourself?
What's that?
Where have you gone by yourself?
Well, obviously back and forth to the States. I've done it by myself. Went to Greece by myself, had a good time. It's fun, dude. Trust me. It's fun. Bahamas, different islands. I never knew anyone. It's because you're just more open to meet people and do things, dude.
Yeah.
You really are.
It's a problem. Yeah.
Well, I think it's different for a man traveling by himself than a woman, unfortunately.
Oh, hell yeah.
But still.
Dude, don't be a woman traveling by yourself. Scary. That's scary.
Yeah. It's awful. I just watched that documentary with a little girl when they went on vacation.
Yeah.
McCann, was it? Madeleine.
Madeleine something.
That's horrible.
That was
dude.
a big story here in Sweden when it
I never heard about it.
was in Portugal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big story.
I never heard about it, dude, until I watched it. It was
the parents
horrible.
and shit.
Horrible.
Yeah. When it comes to kids,
Yeah.
especially you that have a little girl, that must hit you like in a different kind of nerve.
Bro, I'm protective of kids that aren't my kid. How do you think I'd be with my own? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I thought that was awful. But I don't know what parent does that leaves their kid that much. I mean, I do blame them for that shit.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going back and forth that much.
No.
They weren't. And I don't care if I could fucking see the hotel room from not that young.
How young was she now again?
4?
4. Because I haven't watched the documentary, but I remember the story once it broke in Sweden.
4. I was like, oh my God, it was awful, dude.
Did you finish it?
I did, but remember I told you I fell asleep on the last 2. And then I woke up and it was like, are you still watching? I'm like, no.
Not really.
No.
Not
So I talked to
really.
you about it, but no, they didn't find her, did they?
No. I think she...
Horrible, dude.
Yeah.
I tell you, I get my cell ready because I'm going. Happily.
If something happened to your kids,
I'd fucking...
someone did something.
Oh my God, dude. I don't care. I don't care. Well, how do you feel, sir, that you found your daughter, but because you killed this person, you're in jail for the next 50 years? And?
Yeah. For good.
What's your point? Can I go? Because they're serving Jell-O.
Exactly.
Are we done talking? Because they're serving Jell-O today. It's like,
gonna fucking eat
and then I'm gonna go
cereal
do
and
some,
bench press.
and then I'm gonna go bench press in the yard. I'm like, what do you want? Are you kidding me? My baby's okay. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. No. That's it.
There'd be no rhyme or reason, no trying to talk me
No, I
down.
feel so if someone did something to someone close to me, like some family member,
of
or
course,
whatever.
but the
the kids must be like a different, because I don't have kids, so I can't
Dude.
put myself there.
Dude, there's no
No one.
and I would
is
take
getting out there
pleasure.
alive.
I would take pleasure, dude. It's like, you fucking gutless I think that's horrible.
Wasn't it someone that killed someone that molested their child or raped their child or something and got off?
Good.
Yeah, I think he got off.
And good.
No, it was good.
That's what I'm saying. Good.
Yeah.
It's like that whole Michael Jackson thing, man. Don't get me wrong. I love his music, but if he did what he did and I walked in, I'd be moonwalking up and down his ass.
Yeah.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's just...
No fucking plastic surgery to fix the nose job.
Bro,
after that
that's horrible,
beating.
man. That's horrible, dude.
It is
I
horrible.
just don't...
It's
But then
been going on
what they
for
were saying... Yeah, because what they were
ages.
saying was also like... There was like 7 of them on vacation with all these kids. And they were trying to say that everyone was doing rounds walking up to... It's like...
What's your fucking kid?
Yeah, you know?
She's
It's-
4.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
She's 4. They fucking panic though. When they're gone. I
Yeah.
can't even put myself in that situation. Like, where the fuck is my daughter?
Well, the thing that made me think that the parents might have did it It's because they brought some dogs in, right?
Yeah.
And one of the dogs was trained to smell blood, like find blood, like even after you wash it off, it's still there.
Yeah.
And the other dog was basically trained for cadavers, like can smell. Like what they said was, if you bury a body and then you exhume the body and take it away, the smell is still there.
Yeah.
For such a long time, like it can be there for almost ever, and dogs can pick up on it. So the dog went into the house and lost its shit right by the bed.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like, well,
I
the body
remember,
had to be dead for a little while. So that was like, well, I mean, the dog just went in the house and they showed it on camera, and he's never been there before. And he got there and he lost his shit
By the bed.
Yeah. And then they went and sniffed the car, and the dog went to the trunk and lost his shit. And I'm like, oh,
They did it.
that was the only thing. But then you don't want to think that.
No.
But then they were also saying that most of those crimes are committed by a parent. It's usually not by a stranger.
No. Who the fuck would take a 4-year-old? I
Dude.
guess there's fucked up people in this world. It's a fucked up world.
You know I love my kids.
Yeah.
But there's times that I just want to like give them the fucking people's elbow, like the diamond cutter, WWF. He just beat the. Killing is never on the table.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And my kids are fuckers. Let's be honest. You've met them.
Yeah.
You know them. Okay. They're the epitome of. They're a tag team. And killing is never in the cards. Slap them around. Slap them around a little bit. You know.
Especially Enzo.
Yeah.
He needs a good beating.
No, he's better. His sister needs to be. But no, so I just don't get that. But it was horrible to think that they did that because they had 2 twins. They had 2 younger ones too. It's like, why don't you just kill all 3 of them? Pull a hat trick. You know?
Horrible story.
The doctor was a surgeon. The dad was a surgeon.
Of course he was.
So he knew how to use medicines.
Of course he was.
Sleep. They're saying that they gave the baby too much medicine to go to sleep, and the baby died, and they tried to cover it up. That was one excuse.
That's a good theory.
That's
Because
horrible.
they didn't want to hear her cry at night. Like, just put her down with this medicine. Then accidentally killed her. That's a good motive.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Anyway, this is fucking getting depressing, dude. This podcast is going down a bad road. So anyway.
This is the most depressing podcast ever.
Boobs?
Boobs?
Beer?
Yeah.
PlayStation?
Let's talk about boobs
Cheer
and
it up.
beer, some PlayStation.
All right, what's up? Let's just get happy again.
What happy news do we have for the world?
Happy news do we have for the world? None. Just do what you got to do. Get some bench press in, get some pull-ups, call it a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweat a little
Don't
bit, get the fuck out.
Ever come in here with and say to us that you never seen a bench press, because that makes us think that you're a Ted Bundy in the making.
You need to backpedal a little bit. So what you and I were talking about was how we don't, so people at home understand, it's how we don't trust. Now, it's not a fitness thing. Let's get that straight. We're not talking about your level of fitness.
No.
Or what, that's not what I'm talking about. Because that's not. I mean, you can get someone as green as possible in the gym or in your studio. You take care of them. You get them up where you're going. But when a man, not a boy, and we're not pointing at anybody.
No.
We were just being dicks. We were being dicks.
Yeah.
We were being trying to
mention in the morning.
We were trying to be funny. And we were talking shit. Yeah. And it was just like, I don't know where it came from. It was just like, I don't trust any man that has never bench pressed.
Ever.
Or he's like, what? What do you want me to do? It's like,
Where do I
motherfucker,
push?
yeah. I mean, there's just
Push
certain
this
things.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those movements. It's like, whoa.
It's like, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm pretty convinced that whoever my daughter brings home date-wise, I'm like, we're going to the gym.
You have a whole gym. That's a perfect way to see.
If he doesn't have a sub 7 2K row, he needs to get the fuck.
And at least 100 kg in
At
bench.
least a 250-pound bench press. At least.
At least,
which is pretty
As a
standard.
minimum.
Yeah, that's not a hard workout. But no, yeah. And
You've been bench pressing forever. This is always my picture of the American child home. It's like the garage, and in there you have a bench press, and you have a basketball hoop outside.
Well, that was so funny when you and I
That's
first.
exactly how I think of an American garage in the suburbs.
Well, dude, we're raised on bench press and barbecue. But that's what was so funny is when you said that, like when we first met, I was like, fuck, man, he kind of hit it hard. Because I lived in the cul-de-sac, the circle.
Yeah.
And had the garage door open. We had the bench in there.
Exactly.
And we had the basketball hoop. And I'm like, fuck, yeah.
That's exactly how I think of an American home.
That's
it's
like a
America's
standard,
been bench
dude,
pressing
forever.
since 7 years old.
And I remember we had the old bench press too. The bench press we had, the plates, they weren't even plates. They were like rubber with sand in them. And it was like red, white, and blue plates. Like,
Yes.
and they
America.
were, I think and people at home know what I'm talking about if they're from me, or they were silver. They were like this, like a flat silvery, I can't even see it. There's not even a color in here. It comes close to it. Yeah, it was just like this flat, but they were plastic, and there was sand on the inside. And then the bench was just bullshit. It was basically like a couple of poles with some cushion on the. It's like a Joe Weider bench press. Like, you know who that is, Joe Weider?
No.
Okay, everyone at home knows what I'm talking about. It was like we went down to Sears and bought the bench in their sporting area. And it was like the plates came with it, and then there was like 2 sticks, and you could put the smaller plates would go on. So you basically had a bench and two dumbbells
curls with.
that you do curls with. And
Some bench and some curls, and then you get the fuck out.
but the thing is, it was an old school. So basically, it wasn't like the clamp. It was like you had to screw it on the side.
Yeah, I remember those. We had one of those.
It was like almost like a little Allen wrench.
Yeah, we had one
But
of
you
those
had
at
to be
home.
careful because if you went too hard, it would go through the pipe.
Yeah.
And they were rugged, but then they would not sit right and it would slide off. Dude, it was a fucking challenge. But I remember that.
That's how you built muscle back in the day.
Yeah. Because you were the bench was fucking, now I'm laughing because the arms were like here.
Yeah.
And you were like on a piece of fucking, it was like rubber. Dude, the thing is, you're laughing, but if anyone back home in the States is watching this,
Whatever.
they're like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Why are you laughing?
Where's the punchline, Mario?
Exactly.
Like, I still got mine. Yeah.
No, but for a Swedish home, that's so
And
foreign.
they were Joe Weider. Joe Weider's like one of the guys that started bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And he's like this on the box. And he's got like the little string tank top. And he's got a little mat. He's got a little like 70s, you know,
Mustache.
the guy that comes and fucks your mom and repairs everything in the house. Be it
exactly.
mustache and curly hair. And he's like this. He's got the white fro. I shit you not, dude.
Fuck
Shit you not.
I love that.
And we'd all get in there like, and it's like, you know.
Love it.
Yeah.
So for an American, like a bench press is no American will walk in at like 17 or 18 years old. Like, what is a bench
it's
press?
like,
How
hey,
do you use this?
but he's like, what are you gonna do, man? Go in the garage, smoke some weed, bench press. Like,
play some hoops
hot box the garage and then open it and just air it out.
Yeah, play some hoops afterwards and have some barbecue.
Yeah, dude, that's so. I fucking remember that. And
America.
it was always parked. It was always on the side, so we could pull the car in.
Yeah.
And it was always right there, man. So if you did it right, you could like bench and then get up and then look at your reflection in the car window, like on the driver's like, oh.
Yeah.
And the window makes you look bigger.
Always. Dude, if you take a photo of your arm in a car window,
Oh, dude.
you have a massive fucking Jay
jacked.
Cutler arm.
Yeah. But you couldn't tell a shit. You couldn't tell a shit, dude.
No.
It was now thinking back, I mean, it was a lot more rugged than I thought. It could have broke, but yeah, and I think we paid like nothing for it.
I started thinking about that thing when you said that Stallone ain't gonna be in the new Creed movie.
That's what I heard, yeah.
You think Stallone started like the fitness movement? Like for real, the fitness movement back in the day?
I don't know.
When Rocky came out? Like Rocky 1?
I know that when I saw Rocky 4, because Dolph Lundgren fucked my head all up. I never saw anyone look like him. I got his workout VHS. Yeah. And it was so funny because he was like jacked and he had the little string. What was with the string tank tops?
No. That's not around anymore, is it?
No, but he had like the little string tank top and it would dip low. And then when I watched it, he was wearing like these yoga hot pants with that tank top. I mean, he looked great, but he was jacked, and then he was training with a bunch of women. There was not one other guy in there.
Of course, he was fucking
and he was
them all.
talking about diet and this and that. Dude, I was like, whatever. Where do I get the tank top, dude? Fucking what?
I'm doing all of
I
it.
begged my mom to buy that for me. She's
Dude,
like, okay.
Dude, I bet after people watched Rocky 1, everyone was drinking eggs and running.
I don't know if he's.
Because people weren't working out back then.
I don't know if he started it. Because I don't really remember those movies. Like when I was growing up, it was like Rocky 3 and Rocky 4. That's, when you're at that age where things start sinking in.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I had to go back and see the other ones, because I remember when we had it was like cable or whatever. Rocky 3 was played all the fucking time, so that's how I saw that one was on TV.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it in the theater. It was Rocky 4 I saw in the theater, and that I just came out like,
where do I sign up? Where the fuck do I sign up?
I was like, did you see that guy? It's fucking huge, man. You know,
Sweden.
Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I mean, maybe.
Because people weren't really working out back then.
Well, you had like what, Jane Fonda. That bitch made a lot of money on her tapes. She cleaned up, turned out. I read about her and I was like, I don't know why I was reading about Jane Fonda, but she was legit, dude. She made some videotapes and she was selling these fucking workouts.
Yeah.
Jane Fonda Fitness, you go, girl. And she looked good. She was hot.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't work out. Fuck that.
No, I mean,
it wasn't as common as it is now. Now everyone works out, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I remember
really
in high school.
off.
In high school, the only time I remember people working out was like guys that were joining the football team.
Yeah, athletes,
like in
bodybuilders,
school.
like certain cliques worked out still.
Yeah, like
But
anyone
the
that was
big
into
movements,
sports.
Wonder when that started.
I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know. I can't say it was Rocky. I don't know.
In the beginning of like 2000, flat asses was the shit. Like white girls with flat asses were the hottest girls. They were like in all the papers. Then all of a sudden, big asses were everywhere.
I don't know about that, because when I was in junior high, there was some white girls that were like, they had some asses. Because some of my friends that were brothers, they were like, yo, that white girl's thick. So I know for a fact that the asses had been around.
Brothers.
Yeah, they were like, look at the ass on that chick. And the white boy's like, she's fat, dude. What are you looking at? Take her.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, no, they were right. She was healthy.
They were right all along.
All along.
Because now you can't fucking find a flat ass out.
Now I realize why all my black friends back home were like, yo, dude, Latin chicks. Yo, man, Latin. I'm like, Spanish? Latin girl? Like, dude, trust me. And then you go to a party and you don't know because you don't know because you're like, okay,
so
that's
fucking true,
that
bro.
girl's like, I don't know, like that, you know, because you're just, maybe she feels like a real woman because she's like thick and built.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, that's where it's at, dog.
Brothers have been right all along.
Yeah, they started the movement.
They started it.
So, but I
Because fucking Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan and all the flat asses that were always on the cover of all the magazines.
Yeah.
That was like the shit. Then one day it turned. And now it's just fucking big asses everywhere. Everyone was a athletic squat ass. There's probably more squats.
Remember when I told you about this?
Yeah.
We didn't squat. Okay. Yeah. We'll save that one for another podcast.
I bet there's more squats going on right now than ever in history of mankind.
Sure. Well, I mean, the movement for fitness, you're right, back then it was no one
did that.
Yeah.
Dude.
But
you came with the body that you came in. Some had great bodies, but that was genetics. And some had flat asses and they didn't give a fuck. No one gave a fuck. They were on drugs and partying.
Yeah. I don't know, dude, because it was all big hair. Wasn't it? Rocking, like the girls had all the poofed up hair in the 80s, and
then they had long socks.
It was all tit jobs and no asses. And
everyone that was working out back then had the long socks, the fucking pumps, and what do you fucking call it? Whole suit. What do you call it?
Oh, like the one piece.
Yeah, like the one piece. Like fucking.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
And you just saw the bush through there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Just packed in the bush. It was like a fucking bag in the front.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I can't tell you. I don't know who started the movement, the spike in fitness.
You were around when there were bushes, bro.
I think Rocky helped, but I can't say.
No. I bet a lot of people drank egg.
But in the 80s, it was like that way. I mean, those are the best action movies. Like if I'm going as a little kid looking up, like, you know, you saw Arnold and you saw Stallone, and it was like those were like the two big guys that were doing it. And then I don't know.
I've been thinking about that.
Because then the girls would have the real high bikini on the side. Remember, it was like pulled up really high in all the movies.
That's back now, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, that's back.
I thought the 70s girls were hot. I like that look.
No one did squats. In
I like the way they
70s.
dressed, and I like the way they had their hair.
Dude, I probably do more
Was there there
squats
was
in
body-
a year than America girls did.
The bodybuilding, yeah. The bodybuilding in the 70s was pretty big.
Yeah, but there was only
It was
for
just
the bodybuilders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't
Regular
know.
people didn't go to the gym. They went to like this fucking.
It was like bodybuilding. It was like bodybuilding and Jim Cotta. Like you
like
know
the fucking
Jim
Travolta movie.
What's that? Yeah.
Travolta movie. That was the workouts they did back then. Fucking dancing with a coach in the front, and they would move into music.
Yeah.
And they had this fucking weird clothes on.
Aerobics.
Aerobics. And they were smoking at the same time.
We're going to aerobics class. Yeah.
And they were smoking at the same time.
Yeah.
That was the working out.
They were wearing the headbands.
Yes.
All the neon fucking gear. That shit was like crazy, dude. That's hilarious.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Come a long way.
I know, but I'm curious now. You got me really thinking like how it really spiked, what got it going, like who. I mean, let's be honest. J-Lo made Latinos popular. When
Yeah,
she
but J-Lo is hotter now than she was back then.
yeah, well, she's like, but I'm saying
She's
like
aging like a fucking.
she's going backwards.
She's not aging like a fruit.
No, but I'm saying she. I remember in 98, 2000,
like fine
when she
wine.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And she hit that out. Everyone was she kicked the door open for Latinos, dude. And then everyone was like, oh, you know, I don't, fuck, I really want to know now, dude,
Yeah, me
who
too.
started the fitness movement.
Yeah, where it really started to fucking spike.
Yeah. Because, like I said, it was all bodybuilding or martial arts.
Yeah.
And I'm making a joke saying
And
Jim
aerobics.
Cotta. You ever heard of that? It's like they mix karate and gymnastics. You need to Google that. And if there's some people my age, they're going to fucking laugh like Jim Cotta. That was like the shit to do.
All right, bro, I need to go and drop my car off.
For what?
Change the tires.
Now?
We can either come back or we just finish here.
I would just finish here.
All right.
We're on a good note, and then
Yeah.
it's gonna be warm afterwards.
All right.
So.
See you next week, people.
And we're gonna have to find out about that because now you got you got my wheel turning, dude.
That's my
my homework.
for next week.
Who started the fitness?
When did the gym fitness movement? When did people started going to the gym for real? All right, people. See you next week. Bye.